Welcome to Echoes of Enlightenment, where we talk about spirituality, life lessons, and overall self-development. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about the value in having patience. Having patience plays a big role in our lives when we incorporate it. The less patience we have in our day-to-day life, because the lack of patience gives you the illusion of things can't happen unless it's forced or rushed. One thing that people don't really realize is that we're always going to be in the place at the time we need to be there, every single time. When you arrive at a certain place, whether you're late or early or on time, that was the time you were supposed to be there, or else you wouldn't have been there at that time. Everything in life works within divine timing. Have you ever been on the road and you see a car weaving in and out of traffic, just driving recklessly, just trying to hurry up and get to where they're going, and you're just driving at a normal speed, just staying in your lane, just driving. And that car flies by just for y'all to meet at that same red light. What did rushing do for that other person? Just for y'all. Now they can't even look at you once you pull up to them on the side. When you pull up on side of them, they won't even look at you because they feel, ridiculous for driving erratically just to meet the person going the speed limit. One way or another, you're going to be there right when you're supposed to be there. So if you can get to a point to where you go with the flow of life instead of rushing the flow of life, or either swimming against the flow of life is an issue as well. The less resistance you can create in life, you'll be able to make better quality decisions because you eliminate all the stress of rushing. And when you're rushing, now you're incorporating all these other senses that don't even really need to be used at that moment. You could actually be thinking about what you're doing while you're going with the flow of life. If you're worried about having to rush, just leave a little earlier. You're still going to get to where you're going at the exact time that you're supposed to be there. But whatever you can do to cut your stress level down, do that. Make adjustments in your life to where you're able to navigate the world in a peaceful, flow-like manner. You leave so much room open to be able to create other ideas, and you also eliminate tons of waves in other people's lives. Think about what you're doing when you're zooming in and out of traffic, cutting people off, and now they're slamming on their brakes and worried about if the person behind them is going to hit you're doing too much because you're going to get to where you're supposed to go when you get there. That's divine timing. That's just how it goes. And even if they didn't get stopped at that same light that you would have met them at, to look over at them like, why are you doing all this just for us to meet at the light? Say they made that light. There could be a train that stops and slows them down. They're still going to get to where they're going, whether they're going fast, slow, or even if they take the wrong turn, they're still going to get there when they're supposed to be there, or else they wouldn't be there. That's divine timing. Everything's already in order. And once you realize that, then you can live your life a little more comfortable. It's all about managing your own stress levels on the way to arriving where you're supposed to be, if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is you're going to be exactly where you're going to be no matter what. That's just divine timing. You're going to arrive at that location. Your choice is, how do you want to feel on the way, and what do you want to create on the way to that location that you're going to get to, whether you're freaking out or whether you're just driving at a normal speed. So it's up to you how you want to feel when you arrive at that place. Because if you're rushing and doing all this stuff, I'm just using driving, but this goes for anything you're doing. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. If you can go with the flow and try to contain how anxious you get, because as soon as you get anxious, you begin to rush. you begin to get nervous and you're moving fast. And then that's when more of the mistakes can be made in between point A to point B. All the stuff you do in the middle is just your own thing. Have you ever been driving or even walking? You're like, I like to go this way. It seems quicker. So you like to go a certain way. But if you go a different way, it's actually faster, but it just feels longer. So you go the longer way because it feels quicker, but it actually takes longer. It just feels quicker. So what does that even matter? That just shows you get to a certain place at a certain time, and that's the time you're supposed to be there. It's just the middle part that we have control over. And if we can maintain our vibration at an elevated level without causing a bunch of variations of it going up and down while we're on our way from point A to point B, then once we get to where we're going, I can guarantee it'll be a better experience because there's not much turbulence that you've caused in the middle. You just got to realize that wherever you're going to get to, you're going to get there at the divine timing. So just maintain a cool balance, because the more stressed you get, the lower your vibration drops. And when it's dropping low and now you're attracting low vibrational things, you're getting other people that are doing the same thing. Now you got two people road raging and both want to jump out the car. Those are two low vibrational people. Now, if you run into a high vibrational person and a low vibrational person and they have a road rage incident, the high vibrational person, chances are, is just going to keep going because they're not at an equal vibrational state, so they're not a match. The only person who's going to get out is somebody that's on that same level with you. All right, I'm in this right here. Until next time.